Sonos Sub Mini, the ultimate smart speaker for a living area. Sonos' Sub Mini fills a long-needed void, an affordable subwoofer for smaller audio systems. We are sure you have seen a lot of systems that could have benefited from a dedicated subwoofer, but the Sub's price point makes it difficult to make that leap. Nevertheless, those who did it were overjoyed. Even when we were reviewing the Ray, it took a lot of work to justify a $749 subwoofer to go to a $2,079 soundbar. With an entry-level price point, adding the Sub Mini to one of your systems is a simple conversation, so let's hear more about the Sonos Sub Mini in today's video. Make sure to subscribe to Techonic for more such uploads. Here we begin. The Sonos Sub Mini is a more compact bass upgrade at a slightly lower price, adding a big boom in range to the company's Wi-Fi speakers and soundbars. The Mini costs €429 or £429 and is designed for Sonos fans who want to add more bass to their movies and music but can't afford the £749 Gen 3 sub. The company's soundbars and smaller speakers are powerful enough, but nothing beats the rumble of a subwoofer in action scenes. Except for the portable roam and move, the Mini can wirelessly pair with Sonos speakers and soundbars. However, it works best with the smaller Ray or Beam soundbars. The cylindrical speaker is 23 cm across and 30.5 cm tall, roughly the size of a table lamp or a 5-liter beer keg. It can be placed almost anywhere in your room, requiring only a plug socket for power and communicating with the rest of your Sonos system via Wi-Fi. It is quick and easy to stand up using the Sonos app on an Android, iPhone, or iPad. When paired with a Ray or a Beam, the difference is immediately noticeable. On-screen action has much more force and dynamism, with a tight and controlled punch in the low end that is incredibly well judged. Driving soundtracks are especially appealing. You get a lot of basses when needed, but it never sounds boomy or overpowers the other audio tracks. The Mini can produce frequencies as low as 25 Hz, which is more than adequate for anyone who relies on the soundbar for their movie experience. In non-action scenes, the sub is not obvious until you put your hand in the hole through the middle and feel the twin 6-inch woofers working. They add depth and range to the sound here, allowing the soundbar to focus on mid and high tones, making the overall experience more immersive. The effect on music is the same whether you use a Beam or a pair of ones. Play tracks with pounding bass lines and the sub will shine. Try something mellow and you'll get a deeper, more rounded sound, rather than something artificially plied with bass or any abrupt points when the sub kicks in. You can adjust the sub's level but up or down by 15 decibels to give it more or less presence in your sound, and the soundbar's night mode also applies to it, allowing you to avoid disturbing your neighbors. In addition, the Mini is compatible with Sonos' TruePlay tuning system, still only available for iPhones and iPads. The large difference between the Mini and the Gen Sub 3 is power. They essentially sound the same at lower listening volumes, with the larger, more expensive sub capable of maintaining the bass and power at much louder levels. However, the Mini is likely to be powerful enough for even relatively large British living rooms, as well as anyone who lives near neighbors. You're probably aware that you require more bass than the Mini can provide. The sub drew around 1.5 watts who turned off and about 5.5 watts when playing music at a comfortable volume, or up to 50 watts when turned all the way up. When watching a movie at higher volumes, it drew up to 17 watts and consumed about 0.010 kilowatts in 2 hours. The Sub Mini and the Sub have two different 25 Hz low end, but the power output is significantly different. As a result, the Sub is designed for larger rooms and higher end products. Sonos recommends pairing it for the Arc, the Beam in larger rooms, the 5, or the Amp with larger speakers. Sonos recommends pairing the Sub Mini with the Beam, Ray, 1SL, Amp with bookshelf speakers, and IKEA Symphonix speakers in small to medium-sized rooms. Like the existing sub, the Sub Mini can quickly connect to any Sonos system and paired with a speaker, a stereo, or a surround sound set. In addition, a Sub Mini will be configured with the correct crossover point for any Sonos speaker. If you're using an amp with your own speakers, you can choose from various crossover frequencies. Once connected, the Sonos Sub Mini and TruePlay compatible, automatically adjusting its sound based on how it reflects around your room. Force canceling woofers. Like the original Sub, the Sub Mini has dual force canceling woofers, 6-inch woofers here. The woofers are angled to cancel out case vibration, buzzing, and rattling. We have yet to hear about the Sub Mini, but this technology worked very well in the original Sub. Sonos has modified the design for the Mini version, encasing the speaker in a cylindrical case of 305 by 230 by 230 millimeters. The speaker, available in black and white, looks great from the images we've seen, but lacks one feature of the original Sub: you cannot lie it face down. One of the original Sub's main selling points was you could attach it to the felt feet to the side of a Sub, and then slide it under a sofa to hide it completely. It would have been nice if the same could have been said for the Sub Mini, which must be stood upright. The Sub versus the Sub Mini. The original Sub is designed for people who live in larger homes and want to beef up their home theater setup with the heaviest, chunkiest low tones imaginable. Unfortunately, while the Sub's bass can fill up a larger space, it can quickly overwhelm someone in a small apartment where the Sub Mini comes in. The Sub Mini is less than half the size of the Sub and weighs only 14 pounds. The Mini subwoofer also forgoes the boxier rectangular shape of its predecessor in favor of a smoother cylinder that, at 12 inches high and 9 inches across, can easily slide into a slim nook. The two subwoofers sound almost identical, with the same 6-inch woofers facing each other to cancel out unwanted vibrations and Class D amplifiers that can go as low as 25 Hz. You might think, wait, so the Sub and Sub Mini are basically the same. Sort of. Final overview. To grasp the Sub Mini's brilliance, consider what a subwoofer can do for any home audio system. It's not so much about packing in the bass, but also providing a fully immersive sound experience when you make your next Lord of the Rings trilogy marathon feel like you're actually in Middle-earth. Because a subwoofer is only concerned with low frequencies, it relieves the strain on your other speakers, meaning they can work more effectively to amplify the low and mid ranges. The Sub Mini already includes everything that makes the Sub so great, but in a smaller, more affordable package. If you already have Sonos speakers, adding the Sub Mini to your setup is a no-brainer. Let us know your views in the comment section down below, and stay tuned with Techonic for more. Make sure you subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you soon!